You ever notice how the loneliest people consume the most relatable content? Just imagine this. You are scrolling at 2 am, you see a Sigma male edit with a caption, "How I feel after ignoring every girl's." And you're like, damn, that's literally me. But here's the thing, it's not. And that lie, that comfortable, cozy, perfectly packed lie, it's destroying you in ways you don't even realize yet. Let's talk about what just happened in your brain. You saw that edit, some dude walking in slow motion looking mysteriously at camera, and for 8 seconds, you weren't the person struggling to talk to the cashier at Starbucks. You weren't the guy who left on scene for the 4th time this week. You were him. The protagonist, the chosen one, the misunderstood genius. Psychologists call this parasocial identification, but that sounds too clinical for what's actually happening. What's actually happening is you are renting someone else's identity for a dopamine. And here's the fucked up part. The content creator, they know you are not that guy. They are just banking on it. They studied the algorithm. They reverse engineered your insecurity. They found the exact frequency of your loneliness and broadcasted it back to you as aspiration. The caption doesn't say I am lonely. I choose to be alone. See the difference. One is a wound and the other one is weapon. And you just bought the weapon to protect a wound that getting deeper. Carl Jung talked about the shadow, the part of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge. But social media did something Jung never predicted. It monetized the shadow. It took your insecurities, dressed them up in aesthetic fonts and trendy music, and sold them back to you as personality trait. Bad at communicating? Nah bro, you are just selectively social. No friends, you are a lone wolf. No girlfriend, you're focusing on yourself. And statistically, this is an epidemic. A 2023 study shows that 60% of Gen Zs report feeling deeply understood by online content, but misunderstood by people in real life. Think about that. You feel more seen by an algorithm than by actual human beings. The algorithm doesn't challenge you. It doesn't call you out. It doesn't make you uncomfortable. It just nod and say, same bro, same. And you mistake that echo for connection. This man warned about this in 1800. He called it leveling, the process where everyone become the same by just relating to the same surface level experiences. Social media is leveling on steroids. You are not developing an identity, you are collecting one. Just like Pokemon cards, you see a relatable post about being introvert, you add it to your collection. You see something about not fitting in, you add it too. Before you know it, you are not a person, you are a playlist. A carefully curated highlight reel of other people's observation about life is stitched together into what you think is a personality. But here's the thing about curation, it's not creation. You are so busy relating to content about being different that you never actually become different. This philosopher called this Das Man, the they. You're not living your life, you're living how they say you should live. Except now, they isn't society. It's someone at the Sigma mindset 4K or at the deeply quotes daily. You have outsourced your identity to people who are outsourcing their identity. It's photocopies of photocopies. And with each generation, the image gets blurrier. Now let's talk about why this is profitable. The relatable content is the cheapest content to make and the most expensive content to consume. It costs nothing to slap a caption on a movie clip, but it costs you everything to base your self-worth on it. Marketer discovered something insane. People will buy anything that validates their current state. You don't sell people transformation anymore. You sell them confirmation. The entire economy is now built on you staying exactly where you are, just slightly more comfortable with it. And the stats are brutal. Consumer behavior research show that identity-based purchase means buying things that reflect who you think you are increased 340% from 2019 to 2025. You are not buying products, you are buying permission to stay the same. And here's the most sinister part. The more you consume this content, the more the algorithm feed you the similar content, creating a confirmation bias loop that neuroscientists call epistemic closure. You are literally training your brain to only recognize information that confirms you are right about being unable to change. So let me ask you something. When was the last time a Sigma male edit actually gave you the courage to take risk? It didn't, because that's not what it's designed to do. It's designed to keep you comfortable in your discomfort, to make your limitations feel like choice, to turn your fear into an aesthetic. And the ugliest truth, you already know this. You know that guy who chooses to be alone isn't you. You know you are not ignoring girls, they are ignoring you. You know you are not a lone wolf, you are just lonely. But admitting that, that's uncomfortable, that requires change. And change is the one thing that algorithm can't monetize consistently, because change means you eventually leave. You graduate, you outgrow the content. Stagnation means you stay forever scrolling, relating, buying, consuming, never transforming. Here's what they don't tell you. Being relatable isn't a virtue. It's a prison with really good Wi-Fi. Real growth happens in the unrelatable moment. The moment you do something that doesn't fit the aesthetic, where you fail in ways that aren't poetic, where you succeed in ways that don't translate to social media. Those moments, that's where you actually become someone. Not a character, not a vibe, not a collection of relatable traits. A person. A messy, complicated, evolving person who doesn't fit in 15-second clip. And I know what you are thinking. But this video is relatable content about being relatable content. Yes, it is. And if you take this, nod along, feel seen, and then change nothing, you just proved my point. So here's your homework. Find one thing this week that makes you unrelatable. Something that doesn't fit your curated identity. Something that scares you because it doesn't have a reference point in your saved post. Do that thing. Just do that thing and don't post about it, because the moment you truly change, you won't need the validation of strangers online telling you they relate. You'll just be too busy actually living to care. The curse of being relatable isn't that you relate to everything, it's that you relate to everything except yourself.